chapter, once again, I think the weird thing about this Muzan fight is it's going pretty lengthy, which is understandable if he's going to be the final boss, but there's still no word whether or not there's going to be anything beyond him. Right now, I think it's still like is going to cap out, and after the fight with Muzan it'll end. But I did want to like pretty much mention that the chapters like lately have felt very, very like just quick in time. Like it's not just in like the timing of the series, but just reading them. Like I got through this chapter extremely quickly, and there's not a lot to really talk about. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean most of it was either narration as they're fighting. It was either Tanjiro's inner thoughts or Muzan's inner thoughts, which is interesting. You know, you're getting the inside of them as they're in the middle of this fight. But there's not a lot of like area room for more events to happen. Like it's just a straight, very, very acrobatic, very high speed 1v1 fight, which again makes sense with what everything's going on. But the chapter, as I said, it really just felt probably like I felt like I was reading for like 2 or 3 minutes maybe, but it was almost entirely just Tanjiro, and he's working in his head about what he's gonna do about comboing the 12 forms of the Sun Breath in order to create the 13th one. And he managed to get the 12th set at the end of the chapter, but he's like, all right, I'm gonna keep doing it in succession until I get this right. He's just gonna keep driving it forward. But outside of him, you have Muzan, who looks like he got kind of screwed over. And I figured the white hair was more just a cool design-wise, but I guess there's some, seems to be there's some meaning behind it. Whereas Muzan is thinking, how can this guy keep up with me? He's nothing like, Yoriichi. He's nothing like that guy. But somehow he's able to keep up with Muzan, and Muzan seems kind of confused about it. But it turns out it was actually Tameo, or how her name's pronounced. When Muzan consumed her, she had more than just like one, means to weaken him up her sleeve. She had this like poison, almost like this potion, this elixir that would age him. It would essentially go like, I think she said it was like 50 years in 1 minute from Shinobu. And from him, he's like mentioning, it's been 3 hours, so it's been 9, he's aged 9,000 years. Which is weird because in my mind, I was like, why doesn't, I thought the demons don't age. But it's like saying how he had to take, and it takes energy for them not to age. It takes their own power. But because he has to, combat his aging naturally with his own abilities, it ends up siphoning, like, what he would put towards his attacks, like, his speed and whatnot. Which really makes, like, the victory more in, like, in a lot of ways her favor. Because she was the primary person in this whole fight. She cured a bunch of the pillars. She poisoned Muzan and whatnot. That really has like opened up like a huge hole for this guy's whole scheme, and he needs to escape. He has to escape. We saw that he has an escape technique where his body just explodes, but was he going to consider that? It'd be very weird knowing that he has it if he doesn't do it. When he gets down to it, regardless if he succeeds or fails, it would be very strange for him not to do this last resort, all out, get the hell out of there kind of move. But outside of that, it was, Tanjiro is just constantly comboing all these attacks. He's going in faster and faster, getting the technique down, trying to get everything as perfect as possible for this fight against Muzan. I did like seeing inside Muzan. That was really weird. Like, he stabs himself in the leg with some of his tendrils, and then it's like a vision of like him in his own body, and he's talking to, oh, I hiccuped right there. He's talking to Tameo, and what exactly is going on? Again, this is probably going to be one of my shorter reviews because I didn't see like a lot of things really occurring that was much to talk about. You really like inside Muzan's heart was kind of cool, but other than that, like the flashback with her with Tameo and Shinobu, and just talking about what exactly her plan is and all this, what exactly they're going to do, because she says that she wanted to, we already know that she wanted to be a human poison virus kind of thing to Doma, and made it so she like had the wisteria inside her body naturally. Well, I guess not naturally, or occurring naturally at that point. Or she's just tainted with it. She was deeply flavored with that of the wisteria flowers. But then when he ate him, he died out. So they had a plan similar but better against Muzan. And now Muzan is like, it's like I can't figure out. This is why my hair is like maybe turned white. He's only got 50 minutes left. So if he wants to age for another 3,000 years, he's kind of screwed, I think, though. I mean, obviously he's gonna lose. He's the bad guy, regardless if he lives or if he makes like a very tactical retreat. he's in a bad spot, and especially Tanjiro comboing up all these moves on top of everything else. Other than that, comment below. Tell me your thoughts about this review. Again, it was a really fast read, so I don't have much to say about it. It was more of the interest, about. I think personally, the biggest interest to me was how it was either narrated between Muzan or Tanjiro, which just kind of like adds a little bit of a parallels to each other in some ways, in the way that the author sees it. But other than that, comment below. Thumbs up the video, press the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But other than that, everyone's already subscribed, and I thank you all for listening. Bye.